Hey guys, Clumsy here. Welcome back to ETS2. Welcome back to Pomezania. As promised, we are doing more jobs here, exploring more of the new areas in version 1.3. This is a standalone 1:1 map, and just ignore the background map. That's a side effect of Google GPS mod enabled together with this map mod. Alright, but anyway, so we will be starting in Malbork, Bielbark. And we'll make our way north to the northernmost city. Now that one I have no chance of pronouncing, but let me try, okay? And you guys let me know how it really should be. Let's see. Pomezania. You let me know how that is read in real life. Too many accents in those letters. But yes, going to be 10 kilometers, 24 minutes. And this being a 1:1 map, then that 24 minutes should really be more or less 24 minutes. Right, let's get started. Zeemod DC16164 engine sounds, V8 machine gun idle goodness. Beautiful. Alright, let's get going. Lights on, and yes, I do have a wooden dashboard. DH was wondering this because of the lighting in 1.40. We have now less visibility in the dashboard. There it is, the wood, when it's bright outside. So it's harder to spot things from inside the dashboard. Inside the interior, it's darker. So some people don't even recognize that this is actually a wooden dashboard because of how dark it is. Hopefully that gets more tweaked in the coming updates. Not the biggest issue, but something to be improved moving forward. And yes guys, you might have seen the footage, the VOD, the stream footage. Where do we go? Is this? I think this one. Yes. Or maybe it's that other side. Just don't spill the beans on me. But yes, you might have seen it that my G27 quote-unquote broke. And yes, it did for a while. Because of a certain bad guy, and I tell you all about it. I might even name this entire episode after that bad guy. But yes, you might have seen that stream footage where we were actually driving. Yes, we were driving a truck with a flight yoke. Because my steering wheel was not operational and I thought that it was broken beyond repair. So that stream footage, you guys can check. That's the video from yesterday. That's the video right before this one, when this one released. It's called the RIP G27 with a question mark. And that question mark is because it's not really broken. It's still here, as you can see. Perfectly fine now, for now. But there is a culprit. There is a common element to this. And let me share with you my frustration, because I got one more frustration out of it just today. Just as I was recording or about to record this video, and it took me an extra hour of troubleshooting. Thanks again to Jack for helping me troubleshoot this. Couple of throwing ideas around until one of them made sense, and here we have the fix. But yeah, oftentimes when you have a problem, it really helps to have someone to bounce your ideas with. Even if that person doesn't come with any, like, if they come with an idea that actually fixes it or not, or it opens up the thoughts, you know, just someone to bounce ideas around with, it really helps a lot. So Jack was my do we have a Filipino term for it, but it doesn't translate very well. So I won't try to say that here. But yes, so let me say that the main bad guy in all of this, and I'll tell you the whole story, is the Logitech G Hub. Might have that software as well. It's the new name for the Logitech gaming software. So if you have like a G29 or newer steering wheel, if you have a Logitech C920 webcam or a Logitech gaming mouse that's relatively new, then you probably have that Logitech G Hub. And recently it has been wreaking havoc on my peripherals. Yes, very nice. And that's what happened the past few days. So first things first, it auto updated, and I noticed that instead of, so I have a blue Yeti mic. Yeah, it's one of the most famous microphones out there for content creators. And apparently Logitech bought Blue, or the Blue Yeti, or is it the entire Blue company? They bought it out, I think, last 2018 or something. And now they are adding some, and now just recently, just last week for me, they have added support. So they've fully taken over and now have the Logitech, the Blue Yeti as part of the Logitech G Hub. That means automatically new drivers were downloaded. Yes. New integrations with the Logitech G Hub were added without any heads up. And suddenly my microphone was weird. It was a different name, technically a different device. So my microphone wasn't working initially. Had to change some settings, change some mappings, and then the volume levels were all messed up. But eventually I found it. Eventually I fixed it. So we're all good. And then afterwards, I found the steering wheel problem. So that's why I was driving with the yoke last Friday. Is because when I plugged in my steering wheel, you know that sound when a USB device is connected? That sound repeated infinite times, non-stop. Okay, that's what happens when I plug in my wheel. So my first impression was, oh crap, my wheel is broken. And so I tried to clean it, I tried to fix the wires, I tried to remove any tangles, not that there were any. And it was all good. It was all good in terms of the wires, but it still had that thing. And it was not getting recognized by my PC. And that's why at the end of the day, I was not able to use it. And I went with my flight yoke instead as a workaround so we could still stream. After the stream, I had more time to troubleshoot. And I eventually found that the G27 was somehow magically being recognized as a G29. And so if I went to my device manager, it was saying G29 there, and that's where all the identity crisis is coming from. You know, I'm a G27, but I'm getting recognized as a G29. The result, but yes, that's what's happening apparently. So what I had to do was manually delete the G29, the quote-unquote G29, from my Crolevo. Delete the quote-unquote G29, the fake G29, from my device manager. Uninstall any of the drivers so it doesn't repeat. And then when I pulled back the USB, I removed the USB. I inserted it again, the USB connection for the wheel. Then it was a proper G27 again. For a while, yeah, because today I tried it again and it was back to G29, the tunun problem. So rinse and repeat, delete the driver and bring it back in. I think I'll have to do that every reboot, because I think this fake G29 driver is being installed by the Logitech G Hub. Such a pesky little thing. But yes, I'm happy enough that the wheel actually is fixed. It's just that the Logitech G Hub was introducing problems not only to my mic but also to my wheel. Yeah, two-hit combo. All that I'm using for trucking. Yeah, a steering wheel and a microphone. Perfect. Okay, so now we have our wheel. I'm happy. And now we have my mic. I'm happy. So I was going to record today. And when I set things up, I found a nice job. I found this route that is a very scenic countryside road with all the trees you can think of. Very realistic one-to-one mapping, right? As always, as we can expect from Pomezania, everything is filled with quality. So it's a perfect map for me doing a monologue like this and voicing out my frustrations. Because yeah, it's just scenic. So nice sights and nice way to, how do you say, let off some steam, blow some steam off, something like that. You get it. But yes, okay, so I was ready, everything was good. Even though the fake G29 issue happened again, I knew what to do, so I did it, and it was fixed in a matter of a minute or so. So good. Set things up, found the route, and ready to record. Did all the prereqs. And thankfully, I added this Thankfully, I added this to my workflow recently, that before I record, I always listen to myself first. And no, it's not because I'm a narcissist or anything, but I want to record. I want to listen to myself first because I want to hear what I would sound like in the recording. If the voice is not garbled, if it's not corrupted, if the volume levels are good. I guess partly that's I have like flight sim to thank for that, you know, with the checklists and everything. Before you start the engine, before you fly, you go through a checklist. I don't have a full-blown checklist, but I do have some steps that I do. So like a mental checklist. Ooh, uwaga rokomi most. I have no idea what that means, but probably that means a construction zone. Is that a... Oh, that might be a lift bridge. Oh, too bad we didn't see it. We didn't see it in action. Well, kind of, right? I guess we can take that. Oh, that's pretty cool. Lift bridge. A little bit of side note here, guys. If you have this kind of lift bridge, remove your train and crossing mod from Zeemod from this profile, because I've heard from Alex that that actually, I think, removes the entire bridge. so you won't be able to cross here, I think, if you have the train crossing mod from Zeemod. So remove it from this profile in the meantime, okay? You've been warned. Anyway, so yes, thankfully I've learned the habit of doing that mental checklist. And one of those checklists is to check my voice, the volume, check my mic, listen to myself for a few seconds to hear if the voice is like this, really. I hope I did it correctly. But yes, so as I was doing that final check before I press the record button, I noticed something weird. The volume was super low. But I tested already before I recorded, or before I came to this point. So it's like I have multiple places where I check. You know, initially I would check the mic, and then last minute before I record, I would check the mic again. The first check was okay, and this last minute check was not. The volume was way off. It's like, what the heck is happening? And what the heck is up with all these trees? So good with all these cliffs. Just looks so realistic. Perfect landscaping from Pomezania, as always. But yes, so what could have happened? So I troubleshooted. I was thinking maybe it's ETS2. I saw and I noticed that if I'm in ETS2, my mic was low. The volume was low. But when I alt-tab, when I leave the game, when I alt-tab, the mic volume was great. And so I was thinking, okay, what's wrong with this? Did ETS2 have an update? Is my mic conflicting with the new convoy feature? You know, because you have CB radio now in game. Maybe there is a conflict. Maybe an update that was causing problems. Ah, we're here, the unpronounceable city, Pomezania. But yes, so I was wondering what could have happened, what could be causing it. And that's where I asked the help from Jack, because he also records, right? He's also a content creator, so he has the recording equipment. He can test if his sounds are getting low, having that same issue, and for him it was good. And so with that, I confirmed that it was not a game update, it's not ETS2's fault. And so I went to the next possible culprit, the most likely culprit actually, Logitech G Hub. And then I found that Logitech G Hub was being a busybody, being a know-it-all, and was actually changing my profile. So inside Logitech G Hub, they have apparently profiles in there. There's a desktop profile, and some specific games have their own profiles. Remember how I said I fixed the volume levels when this G Hub became integrated with my microphone? Yeah, I fixed it, right? I fixed it, but I fixed it for the desktop profile. So the volumes are fixed for desktop, but when I load ETS2 or ATS, it would automatically change to a specific ETS2 or ATS profile where the volumes are not fixed, apparently. So that's the main reason why the volume was getting low, because it was changing profiles and those profiles were not fixed yet, and it was not saying anything like that. No heads up, no nothing. I mean, even when it updated last Friday, it still wasn't doing that, but today, Monday, it's doing that now, switching profiles automatically. So I don't know, Logitech G Hub, bravo. I even went to there's a subreddit called Logitech G, and you can see all the people complaining, those with blue Yetis, because they are all getting affected by this Logitech G Hub surprise, being a know-it-all. But yes, if you're having, in the off chance they're having the same issue, then the solution is to simply go to your settings, global settings in your Logitech G Hub, and set the persistent profile, something like that. Set it to desktop, so you only change the desktop volumes, and regardless which game you are playing, regardless which profile that should be loading in, it will not anymore. It will not load any other profile. It will stay in the desktop profile. And now, I hope you can hear me well. And I hope I've distracted you enough because we are almost here, guys. Goodness. But yes, I really just needed to let that off my chest, get that off my chest, because it was super frustrating. This has been haunting me since last Friday, and the surprises have not yet finished. If you have a tip how I can retain my G27 without needing to do that fake G29 deletion, let me know. Maybe you've encountered that as well. The unfortunate thing is I cannot get rid of Logitech G Hub completely. That might be the easiest thing, right? Just remove it so you won't have to be bothered with it anymore. But I actually need it because I use it for my camera, my webcam. It's actually quite helpful for the webcam in remembering some specific settings and whatnot. So I need it for that, but you can't have it that it's only for the webcam and not for the others. It's also going to infect my mic and my steering wheel. So yeah. Anyway, hoping there is an update that actually fixes things. What is up with updates recently, right? What are these software developers doing? The updates we're getting are seemingly less and less stable with it doesn't seem like proper testing has been done. That's becoming the trend these days, huh? Wink wink, MSFS, wink wink. No, but yes, why are we becoming all beta testers here now? That has to change. That has to change. Whoop. That is not the best alignment. I'm not sure if I can align that properly. If I make it sharper, maybe. Machine gun idle for the win. You guys looking forward to Zeemod Smack R sounds. I am. I just pre-ordered it. Although, I also heard that Krishboom just releases Mac R sounds for free, of course, because it's Krishboom. Might be a nice comparison when it's out. Zeemod versus Krishboom sounds is always a valid argument, a valid comparison. It's hard to beat free, but yeah, oftentimes I found Zeemods had more, how do you say? They're both amazing, but I somehow generally prefer Zeemods. There's more bass, maybe there are more levels, more layers in the sounds. But they're both amazing. Can't go wrong with either. So if you're not a fan of payware, then Krishbooms is the way to go. If you have a few spare bucks, then Zeemods might be worth it. Anyway, we'll see when it gets here. It should be coming out soon. There we go. Was that 20 minutes? It was 20 minutes. Wow, I've been ranting for 20 minutes. Thank you for letting me rant, guys. And hopefully, you didn't get so frustrated. Hopefully, you got entertained. And who knows, you might have gotten a tip or two for those having the same problems. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Catch you in the next one. More ATS soon for sure. So lots of things are coming out in ATS. Thanks, have a nice day, and bye-bye. Clumsy Trucking.